Good morning, my crafty friends. This is Tracy Hughes here, coming to you this morning with a video and a card class. It's a free card class. And I just want to say this is the kind of the theme of it is use what you have. I am trying to generate sales to my webpage, but don't feel obligated to buy. If you already have it, just use the video for reference. Make what you have. Some of the stuff I'm showing this morning is not made with Stampin' Up. Most of it is. I've used almost all Stampin' Up except for Stampin' Up does not carry foiling, which I'm into right now. And I'm into, there's two different types of ways you can do foiling. The one I'm going to show is using a machine by Spellbinders, and you can use impressing plates or you can use the foiling plates. Both is acceptable. You can't use the impressing plates on, you can't use the foiling plates on the impress machine, but I've got both of them. I'm not going to demonstrate it today. If somebody wants a video on how to do it, I'd be glad to show you. But this first card that I have for my class is this lovely one. The image is from Waffle Flower, and this is foiling. See how that sparkles? I haven't seen another product that gives it such a quality finish. That's why I like it. And then this stamp set comes from the Perennial Postage. And so I use the Perennial Postage die on this one. This paper is the In Colors for this latest year of In Colors. Let me see if the inside is, yeah. And I use the same stamp set, another piece of that paper. So what you would get in this kit would be, I'm trying to make it simple. So you would get this die cut. I'm not going to include this. You could, and this comes, I'm going to include the die cut, this one and this one, but I'm not going to include this one because I want you to use what you have. And like the paper, use what you have to go along with the ink that you're using for the theme that you're using. Okay, there's that one. And here's how the card kit comes. So I'm going to make this one on screen for you. I'm just going to briefly go through them, see if you guys want to stick around and watch. This is using that foiling again. And this right here. So I'm not going to include this. So the difference between these two, I die cut this one out after coloring it, and I did use the Stampin' Up blends to color it. And I did very simple coloring. I just outlined some of them with the darker color and then colored it in. And then this one is on a piece of paper that I used. Let's see. I didn't use, you could use die cuts to cut this whole thing out. I didn't do that, but I did put that paper behind it. And these die cuts would come with it. This would come with it. And then you would choose your image that you either want to emboss with gold or silver, or if you have a foiling machine, you could use whatever you have. And there's the inside. So you would get all of the stuff to make the card except for the image that basically is foiled on there. And there's that one. And this is the foiling plate that I used that came from Waffle Flower. And that's the only thing I used out of this whole collection. And it's got more stuff that goes with it. I just wanted to show you. This is what I used. I'm using what I have. And hopefully that's acceptable to Stampin' Up. If not, I'm sure I'll hear about it. But I'm not an affiliate for anybody. I just sell Stampin' Up stuff. But I do use other products. And here's all Stampin' Up right here. This is, and so what I would do is I would include the die cuts for the greenery, but you would have to use your own product to stamp and die cut out the image. This image right here, when I get to demonstrating it, I'll show you why this is like a perfect one for coloring with your blends. I have a technique to show you on this one, but here's the way it would come to you, except for the already die cut flower set. because Stampin' Up! As a rule, I can't send you any stamp sets. So I want you to use what you have or order this one. So we'll get to that in just a minute. I'll have the stamp set out for you in just a second there. Oh, here's the stamp set that I used. This is the Stippled Roses, and it's a unique stamp set. They use stippling, and that gives you the tone on tone. So you could, I colored this in, I stamped it in Coastal Cabana, and then I used a couple of markers to color it in to get the more definition that I wanted for it. And so it's a really good stamp set. If you have never used this type of stamp set, this is an awesome one to use. And I don't believe this is available as a bundle any longer, but it is an Encore product if you look on our catalog. All right. And this is a new in our latest catalog. This is where this one comes from. And I am not going to give you any of the die cuts except for this one, and this one. You'd have to purchase this set to get the rest of this stuff in the bundle. And my class is free. I'm showing you how to do it, and I'll give you simple instructions to put it together with each envelope that I ship you. But you would have to have your own stuff to do the rest of this stuff. So, and I'm thinking it's just a $30 order that I would need online, and Stampin' Up! Does a really good job, unless you mark you want to be anonymous, of letting me know who's ordering from me. So this, I love this set. And just a clue to this set, I did not order the stamp set that goes with this die set. So I just want to show people you can do whatever, like if you really love something and it comes as a bundle, unless you really love the stamp set, don't buy it, because there's lots of sentiments out there. I'm using the Happy Mother's Day from the Perennial Postage set. So, I mean, that's a good set to buy together because it gives you all these wonderful dies. And I think I have it here somewhere to show you guys when I get to it. Okay. So you would get, let's see, what would I would ship you this, and I would not ship you the flowers. I don't believe I'd send you the wishing either. You could find your own word set to do that with. And these are die cuts right here. So I don't know. I might be able to swing putting those in there. You'd have to tell me if you want that, if you're interested. Okay, and here's the envelope to make that one. Here is the set that I used to make that one, Delightful Wishes dies. So that's all it took. I didn't have to have a stamp set. I used the Postal Perennial that we're already using. So, and here's the die set. And this die set is the Textured Notes dies, and this is an online order. I did not order the stamp set with this one either, because I have plenty of stamp sets that looked similar to what they put in there. And I just didn't feel the need to have another stamp set that was kind of something that they've already discontinued, but I still have the stamp set. So I'm using what I have. And that's kind of the whole point of the class, is use what you have. You know, if you need to stock up on paper, which is a really good item to stock up on right now, because in May, the prices are all going to go up with the new catalog. So I'm talking all the papers. So anything in there. And they're actually taking the 8.5 by 11 thick white out of the catalog and replacing it with just the 12 by 12. And they're not going to have, and they have new product coming for 12 by 12 paper, which is two-toned, which is great for people that use 12 by 12 when they do scrapbooking, not so much for card makers. So you choose. I mean, some card makers do scrapping up too. So I used to do it years ago, but I like to quilt. I like to do other things besides just cards. So that's where I was at with that. And here's the Perennial Postage, and I have this as a bundled set when I purchased it. I don't believe it's a bundle any longer. I haven't checked that. So here's the dies. But aren't those dies wonderful? Just love them. Some of my favorite dies in there. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to get started. And I've showed all the product. So now I should just be able to whip these cards together pretty quick. So let's go in the opposite order. And there's that one. There's my reference. Okay. And just a note, I did not bring my markers in here to color these flowers, the ones that I used. I created these in my dining room. So I might use different colors to create this one, just because I don't want to have to go retrieve it, stop the video, and then try to restart the video. It doesn't usually work for me. So yeah, so I think what I'll do is pick a couple of different colors. And there's two ways I like to do the die cuts instead of doing paper. I like it to do it on the thin white cardstock. And then you just color them in. And like this bottom one, I'm going to do in the lighter shade. And then the one that goes on top of it, I'm going to do in the darker shade. And stamp in black. Yeah, and so that's how I did all of these. And I've got plenty of dark colors in here I can use to do the brown with on the branch. And so, and I'm going to do, there's the outline of the wishing. And so I'm going to color this in the purple as well as the flowers. And the leaves, let me see what green I have in here. Lost Lagoon. Oh no, I don't like that with my die cut there. Let me do Old Olive Light. Okay, so that should be all the markers that I need. I wish I would have colored these beforehand and just told you how I did it, but here we go. I'm going to start making this card. So if you lose my volume, I'll try to speak up if I'm doing something, but this is just to show you how to put them all together. And so if you don't want to watch that part, I understand, but some people might need the demonstration, especially if you're interested in how I did everything. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I am going to get these all ready to color here. There's that. There's that. There's that. Make sure all the little doohickeys are out of it. And so this is I just use this side of my blender pen, and I just color it. Yep, I'm making sure I'm doing the right side of it. This thin white paper, after you put it through the die machine, you can feel the texture. The other side feels a little bit rougher around the edges, and this side is smooth. Yeah, it's just really easy. And I am using dark freesia on the top layer. So then I'm going to use the light freesia on the bottom layer. I'm using this side. You could also just use your ink and a brush and just wipe the color on that way. But sometimes when I'm crafting, I'm in my dining room and I don't have all my colors available, except I do carry around trays of colors of my blender pens. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pick that up here in just a second. Yeah. And I had to get the catalog out and look at how to get this lined up. Or you could just spin it and spin it and spin it until you get it lined up to where you want it. where you think it looks good. But let me look at my, let's see where the three are. The three are this side. Just looking at the one I previously did. And it's more like, there we go. That looks pretty good. See, and I just looked at my example up here to do it. Now here's this one. And I probably should put down a piece of paper, but this wipes up pretty easy. I have some cleaner over here that I can clean it up with. But see, so you don't have to have a bunch of cardstock, just some white. And let me go here. And where's my, here's this wishing you. I'm gonna put this, and maybe see if I get a piece of paper out here. Don't want to totally mess up my surface and spend time trying to, oh, I'm missing a couple of other pieces here. That's this side. I'm gonna have to check that envelope. All right, and so there's two ways you could have done your wishing. You could have put a, use the adhesive stuff that we have and make it a sticker so that you could just put it on top. I did not do that, of course. If I was creating my craft room, I might have remembered to do that, but here I'm going to take the dark because I think the dark will work better. And hopefully I'm still in the camera frame. I just go like this. I'm taking the dark Fresh Freesia, one of my favorite colors. Just one, because I have lots of favorites. Do you guys do that? People ask me my favorite color, and I'm like, I think it's teal, like the teal of the ocean, an ocean color. But then sometimes I'm like, well, I really do like purples, though. So I think one of my least favorite colors is probably, I think yellow. I mean, it's okay, but it's not my favorite because I don't know why. I don't know, but sometimes I think, oh yeah, that's a pop of yellow and it looks so good on there. Maybe I'm thinking of colors that you want to wear because yellow is not really my color. All right, and so let's see, make sure this is all my things are cut out. And see, it's pretty easy to line this up. There's another thing that's not popped out yet. Okay. And I have this amazing tool. This comes to, my sweet Petunia made this, and it's a glue gun. Even my daughter, who doesn't craft, thought this was pretty cool. She goes, "You have a glue gun?" I go, "Yeah, I have a glue gun." And it's just for this purpose here. I don't know if I have the really fine tip on here, but this is really helpful for applying. Oh, gotta get it going. Okay. There we go. Just takes a little bit of glue and just get it on some of those fine points. I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing there, but I'm not using a whole lot of glue because it really doesn't take a lot. Okay, I'll put this back in here. And what I did on my card is I didn't save the little dots for the eyes. So I went in, and when I did wishing, I used the darker color, and I used the darker. I actually used the light on this one and then the dark for that. And I realized I should have done it all in dark. And so you can just use your marker and color that in. There you go. So there's the wishing. There's the big flower and the stem. A lot of this is all about placing it on here. So let me go like this. And let me get this card set up to put together. Everything's going to go on the floor today. It's that kind of day. I can just see it now. Okay. And this is going to go down here like this. It's a very simple card to put together. Hardest part is just coloring. Actually, just your coloring. And you could actually just do die cuts out of paper. If you have a lot of cardstock and a lot of small pieces, you could do that all out of your paper and not have to color anything in. Maybe just shade it a little bit. And let me see if I can get this lined up here square. I tend to rush when I get on video because I don't want to bore you guys. So let's see here. And then this goes right here. Make sure I got the right side of the die up. Yeah, so what I did is I started playing around with color, arranging the florals and wanting to get them all on here and not show hints of the branch, but not show all of the branch. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, there's the rest of those die cuts. I knew I was missing them. All right, this goes on the small one. And these are really easy to build, these flowers. Okay, let's see if there's anything else in here. Yep. So that's how it'll all come. It'll come in the envelope, and I'll stick a little piece of paper in there and remind you of this video and remind you of just putting your layers together, coloring your top layer darker than your bottom layer with whatever colors you want to do it. If you have a die cut of flowers that you want to put on there, that's all you need to stamp is this right here. So, and you can arrange it however you want to. So I'm going to put this back down here. I'm probably just going to go ahead and glue this down. I think you guys kind of all get the fact that it's like, however you want it to look. If you want it to look exactly like mine, go for it. But none of my cards look exactly the same. And if you have the double adhesive sheets, you can make stickers out of all these small pieces. So all I have to do is take off the adhesive, the cover sheet, and then just stick them down. If you don't have a glue press or you don't have a way of putting your adhesive on here that you like. Okay, and that glue press comes from My Sweet Petunia. There's a couple of different sites that sell it, so. And it's called it just, and it even says it right there, My Sweet Petunia. So if you look that up, you can find it. I'm not going to link to the things that are not Stampin' Up, because I don't have any affiliate links anyway, and that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be selling Stampin' Up products, but they don't carry the glue press. All right. And this is going to go up here. And if you decide you didn't get a good enough coverage of your flower, see how that's kind of like still drying, and maybe it's not dark enough, you can go back and add some more of your alcohol ink to it if you want to. I'm not going to. I want to take the time. I've got more cards to show you, so. And I think I'll have this special on till the end of the month, when we'll do another card class in April. I'll bring another card class kit to you, and you guys can decide if you want to order again based upon what I'm doing. I may just have a different technique and do all of like one type of stamp set, maybe an alternate, to it, so you have more than one idea. Because I'd like to give you ideas for the stamp sets that we do carry. I'm not gonna try to get all those out because that's not working very well at the moment. I should have done that sooner. Let's see here. And spin it around. All right, so what I did is I looked in the catalog, tried to figure out where all the cutouts were. And that went there, that went there. I think I've got it. What do you guys think? Right there? Right like that. There we go. Another thing I like about using alcohol inks, they dry faster than just if you were to use your ink pad and a blender brush. They tend to dry faster, so I'm not worried about transferring the ink. Now I put it right here so I could cover more of the branch, because I think that's the ugly part of the card. Oh, and the leaves layer also, I didn't show that yet. But, all right, here's the big leaf right there. Let me set this up here. So I'm just using one of the inks on the big leaf. There we go. And just use the side of your marker. You don't want to ever go straight down with the tip. And if you had a lighter ink that you could use to go on top of this one, it would give it definition, because the second piece should be lighter, but I left all my blends out there except for a couple of green ones, and I don't like the other one because it's definitely the wrong color. So let's see if I can just go way lighter on this. And as it dries, it should come back a little bit. All right. Let's see if I can hurry this along. At least have one of one, and the rest of all those little pieces will be well, the die cuts won't be included, but this is a new kind of layering one that they did. And it's really self-explanatory how it goes on there. It only really fits one way. Okay. I got that leaf on there. And so I ended up putting this one, and see, I used Granny Apple Green and Old Olive. So my bottom layer on this one was Granny Apple Green, and then I put Old Olive on top of it. So this one will go like there. There we go. And let me see the last part. I'm going to stick these pieces back in here because I'm not going to finish this card. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step for the card. I don't bore you guys all to tears. Got glue fingers. It kind of helps pick things up, but yeah, that's garbage. This is a little die cut for the inside. All right, now let's get that stamp set out. Where did I put it? There we go. It's a stamp set from here. So I think this is the one that says Happy Mother's Day. And this is in the stippled rose set. And let me go like this. Get a block out. And do I have the Fresh Freesia in here? So I think I have Fresh Freesia, but I want to go one color darker. So I'm going to use Petunia Pop. And this is Petunia Pop. There we go. See, it's just like a shade darker, so it should show up pretty well. Okay, so let me go with that. And then I would put, and I do have Petunia paper, so I don't know. Do you guys like this Pretty in Pink, or do you like the Petunia Pop? Because that's the difference between these two. And so this would go in here like this. And you would just, you know, figure out where you want to put that. So I would give you the little dots, color dots. And I would give you this cutout and these cutouts, these die cuts. But I wouldn't be giving you the die cuts from this set. You'd have to either use your own flowers or order this one. It's in the current catalog. But there's the card there. And because I made my previous one in pink, this is what I would decorate the envelope in. So, but since I don't, so I'll finish this card up later, but you would have to tell me if you prefer the different color, if you would prefer this one, because this is Mother's Day cards that I am going to be bailing out. So, but let me know which one you would want, because I can easily cut another pink one to go on the envelope. And this is where I put this right there. And you just glue it down. And it's got two sides. Okay, so I'm going to put this card in here because I don't want to waste all my time just coloring on screen. That's pretty boring. It's like watching paint dry, I think. I like to watch people create things. Okay, so there's that card. Let me go back to this one. This one should be much easier to put together, maybe faster too. Okay. So, and I have all, so this is the card. I'm gonna set this over here just for reference. Here's my envelope. So this is what you're getting in this one. You're not gonna get a stamped die cut. And I kind of set this one up so I could show you. This is the ink color I used, Boho Blue, which is retiring, to stamp everything. And then I came in with my markers and I colored it. So I'm going to show you how I color it. And maybe I need to move some things around here. Go. So I'm going to show you how I colored it. Very simple coloring. So I wanted the flowers to be blue, but I wanted them to have a darker shade of blue. So I went to Pool Party, and I think these are both dark Pool Party. Yeah, they're both dark Pool Party, but I was just trying to use the ink of them. So this is how I did it. I just colored over everything, a basic color like this, trying to make sure I just map out what I'm going to be coloring in the blue of this Pool Party, because I want to leave I want the flowers to be blue and the leaves to be green. I mean, you could just stamp this stippled set just like it is and just cut it out and then put it on your card, and it would probably look fine. But this is a little bit extra that I wanted to do, and to show you how you could use this stippled die cut more than just one way. You can stamp it and just leave it blue, or you could stamp it in green and just leave it green, or whatever color you wanted to use, yellow, whatever your favorite color is, or the person you're giving the card to, what their favorite color is. And then, okay, so and if you really want to emphasize the stippling on here, just go back over it, the dark. All right, see, I go back over the dark. You just wanting to emphasize it, but it's already built in for you, so you don't have to do a whole lot of coloring to this card. See, isn't that pretty? And then I took a new in color in the ink blends, and they're the light and dark Shy Shamrock. And so I went in here with the light and just covered over the whole thing with the light. Do another leaf that's a little bit lighter in color to show you what I'm talking about here. And then with the way I color, I watch several people color because I love coloring, but I want to be better at it. So, and Copics come in many colors to get the light and dark effect. What I like about Stampin' Blend is using this type of stamp and using 2 shades of the same color. You can get a really nice effect with this, because you just go in here and you just put the dark everywhere you see the dark. And even the edges. That's how I did that. And that's how I got my effect, is I just took the stippling and I tried to stipple with my pen by placing dots on it. Then I kind of went around the edges where the tips are darker and tried to make them greener. And when they butt up to the edge of a flower, that's going to be darker. And like I said, you can go back and make it even darker if that's what you want to do. But that's how I got that effect. You can see that. Okay. And then these all had die cuts. So you might get the die cut for this. And what else is on this card? You'll get the piece of paper, this piece of paper. You probably get this die cut, and you'll have to color this die cut like I did here. I just die cut it out of white. So that's what I do for you. I die cut this out of white. Get you the gems. And there's this, I stamped this on here. I've already got, so you wouldn't be getting this. You'd have to get your own stamp set and use what you have. If you already have the stamp set, that would even be greater, because this is an Encore product. It came out and was still in the catalog this year. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there and get all the rest of this stuff out. All right, the magic of television. I have got, here's my card base. You get a card base, You get the envelope, you get the paper to put on the envelope. This is for the envelope. And where did I put the envelope? And I just got ink on the back side of that, so I'm going to flip that over. But this is how you put this one together. This is your background. And it looks like when I layered these, this is glued. This one is glued flat. Then this one is popped up like this. This is colored in, and you can feel the smooth side. Give you a real close-up look at this. So I colored this in green, and I think I used the dark Shy Shamrock. And then it has these little flowers on here. I call them flowers. And I came back in with Misty Moonlight, and I colored my flowers with Misty Moonlight. I think that's what this one is. This one is the dark Night of, it's Dark Night of Navy. That's what I colored those flowers. But it added a little pop. At first I had them painted in, because I did this before I put my card together, and I had them in a bright red color, and I didn't like it, so I had to cover it with something dark. So that's why I use this. But you could cover those little flowers in any color. And again, I use my markers, and it's just really simple. And so this would go up here like this. And then I have this all cut out. And this goes across like this. And then I would use my little colored dots and just decorate it how I wanted to. And this would go on the inside of the card at the bottom. And let's see if I have any other decorations. Oh, well, I cut 2 card bases because I've already got the stuff together to do another one. I was just kind of planning ahead for my card kit. But I'm not going to take the time to put all that together. I did use dimensionals to lift this up a little bit. And then I tucked this in underneath it. This was flat, and I used dimensionals on either end to go over this. And I think I had to use 2 stacked on top of each other so that this would come up above, because this is already stacked up. And I just kind of put that in the middle, right like that. Okay, so there's that one. Let me see here. Oh, what's this one? This one I folded the opposite way on my card base. Usually I fold them right on top of each other. Use a bowling folder. Make it nice and smooth. And which card? Oh, and this is this one. So this one, put this over here. And put that over there. Okay, there's this one. I've already got this one all foiled. And if you've never foiled using a hot foil machine, it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Let me look at my card here. Okay. So this one would have, you would have to cut this one down because this goes like this, like this. Yeah, so you would cut, this one is 1/8 smaller than your card base. Yep, 1/8 smaller than your card base. Then you would have to cut this one down 1/8 smaller than that piece of paper. This would go for your envelope. This would go to the inside of your card. You have the postage note dies, and I believe Happy Mother's Day would fit on here. And so I stamped this in Happy Mother's Day. Now to color these, I used yellow, and I didn't bring my yellow in here. So let me pick a different color. If you don't have the markers, you could always use your stamp pad, and you could just do it in any color you wanted to. Let me see what color I want to do it in, because I didn't bring my colors in here. Let's see. That's Lost Lagoon. What is this one? Dark Bermuda Bay, light Bermuda Bay. And so this isn't it. This is like a color that's gone. We don't carry this one anymore. Let's see if I have any ink left in here and I can put it on here. I don't like it with that color though. That's okay. I'm just going to briefly show you how I did it. So I take the dark color and I use the bullet point tip, and I just create lines like wherever this is. This set actually, if you go to Waffle Flower Stamps, this comes with a mask, or what they call a stencil, and you could color it with the stencil. And so that's something I could show for another day, because we have stencils. That's kind of why I didn't show it. We don't have foiling, so technically I'm not in trouble for using this set, doing it that way. But then just kind of outline with the darker colors. Sorry about my dog barking. Someone might be delivering something. She kind of goes nuts. Let me shut my door. Yeah. Landscapers for next door come in and she goes nuts. They come all the time, but she just seems to think that she has to bark. And so that's how I colored this. I'm just gonna, and it kind of wipes off the foiling, so you don't have to be real precise with it. And I figured this was sticks. I didn't think it was leaves, but then it has a stick right there, a branch. So, and it kind of reminded me of the Wishing You set, how those branches are. So I went in and colored them. I colored them in brown and no outlining. Oh, now somebody else is out there. I'm so sorry. Okay, so now, I hope that is not too distracting. Now, to put this card together, I would put this on here, this on here. This is for the envelope. This goes to the inside of the card at the bottom. And I would stamp the greeting on here, Happy Mother's Day. And where is the envelope for this one? Oh, sorry. So I would give you a piece of paper to stamp whatever image you want on here in the kit, okay? And if you wanted to like heat emboss something, if you don't have foiling system, heat emboss something in gold and then color it in with your blends or watercolor, however you want to do it. But I am including this, and this I colored in the same color that I colored this in. And then the little flowers I did in yellow. So you could do them in whatever color you wanted to. And then you would get the dots. All the dots come from the same set. And I would give you enough to do your decorating with the dots. But that's kind of how this card came together. It's really fast and simple. But of course, like I said, I don't want to bore everybody to death. So And when I glue the paper onto the flap, I take and I put glue on this part of it and put a piece of paper, scrap paper like this, under this, where it sticks out the edge a little bit, and then put your paper on here, and you can have it down further or up this way further. It should be, I'll try to send you enough that it's 2.5 piece by 6. This is a 6 by 6 paper that it comes in. So I'll try to send you enough that you could cover the whole thing and not have to decide. But I would bring it down here to the lower part of my flap, so then I would know where the glue goes, put it on the flap, and then put this down and just rub it really good with your bone folder like this, you know. Make sure there's no bubbles in it. But I'm going to put this back in here. And I can finish these later when I'm not on camera and I'm not trying to teach something. Put these all back in here. So there's that one. This one, same thing. This is done in pink. I used but this time I die cut this out and raised it up on dimensionals. I used a smaller piece of paper to go here. I used this, so you will get this, and you will get this die cut. And you'll get this piece of paper. And I'll give you a piece of paper to stamp your image on that you want to color and cut out and put on your card. Okay, so that's what's in here. And the kids would all come with this, just like this. I would mail you all 4 cards. You could do what you want to with them. And the paper I'm using is from the new In Colors selection. So I hope that wasn't too long or too technical or too boring. But anyway, if you guys are interested, this is my website, tracyhughes.stampingup.net. And then if you want to order anything, just go ahead and order whatever you need. I'm going to order here in just a moment and see if any of the thick white cardstock is left, because I'm going to stock up on that since it's going away from our catalog. So, you know, spend your $30 any way you want to. Some great products are new out there. This Delightful Wishes die set, if you guys like that one, that's out there. I think just ordering this set would probably get you the free kit. And don't make yourself anonymous when you're shopping with me, because then I won't be able to see who purchased and I can't send it back to you, the kit to you. So if you make yourself anonymous, they don't share that information with me, so I won't know. So, but you can also leave me a message at that site too. I do have a blog there that shares with me on that site. You know, so if you wanted to leave me a message or had a question about this video, you could certainly do it there. Or you could ask me in comments, and I'll try to read all the comments too when I go back. And then this was a new online special, this Textured Notes dies. And these are the dies. I just want to show you again. These are these dies right here. And so that one card is definitely going to have those dies. Not going to share the dies that come in this. Let me pull them out and show you. Oh, I take it back. I'm going to share this one with you, but I'm not going to share the rest of them with you, because this one right here comes in handy for the sentiment strip that you're going to do your card with on one of the cards. So, but yeah, I am going to share the dies that come in this with you. And the postage, this is a good perennial postage. This is a good stamp set, good dies. And you will be getting the dies that I put on each of the cards. You will be getting these. So, and I can't share any of this with you. Unfortunately, I can't stamp an image and send it to you. So, let's see. Yeah, see this one, only thing I'll be sharing with you is these. So, and I'll make sure those are included in your kit. As long as the envelope, the paper that I used, some die cuts. But anyway, you guys have a nice day, and thanks for tuning in, and I hope to hear from all of you. Leave me a comment, give me a hug, whatever, a love, a thumbs up, all that good stuff. Bye, guys.